Okay, folks, we are back. And yes, I'm not in the home studio. No, I'm not in the basement, as Face Sensei likes to say over on The Breakdown. By the way, he will be live tomorrow over on The Breakdown for a watch party covering the topic of today's video, the fight between Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. I will unfortunately be traveling home because I'm in Orlando, Florida for Most Valuable Promotions number 3, Amanda Serrano headlining championship history about to be made, 12 rounds, 3-minute rounds per. But today's video is a breakdown of Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou's press conference from Saudi, or as one of the biggest personalities in boxing, and a man that, quite frankly, I think everyone's had just about enough of, except me because I fucking love him, Mr. Big John Fury. He would say that they are in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. But yes, Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou, they're fighting tomorrow. I'm gonna give my final prediction at the end of this video, even though you guys already know, yes, I think Tyson Fury wins, but I'm gonna tell you exactly how, and maybe I can base it off some of this press, or maybe not, but this thing was a complete circus. Mike Tyson was involved. There's a lot of shit to get to, so let's waste no more time. What, if anything, does this press conference between Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou mean for their fight tomorrow? Probably nothing, because I think this is pretty much a foregone conclusion, but as the great Mike Tyson once said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. So what happened at the press conference? How will it affect the fight? Well, the breakdown. Let's go. Can we just stop for a second and realize, like, what Francis Ngannou is doing here? Like, this is insane. Look at his name in lights. He's the star of this show. He was the heavyweight champion of the world in MMA, and yes, him getting this Tyson Fury fight is already a win. Like, regardless what happens in the ring, he's already won. I mean, look at the treatment here. This is immaculate. The UFC does a great job, no doubt, with their video production, but this, plus the amount of money he's making to do this in boxing, is something you just never would have seen from Francis. And I, for one, am pretty fucking happy for the guy. Like, this is awesome for Francis. We can't play this on the YouTube, but Tyson is coming out to a remix of Play That Funky Music, White Boy. All right, so everybody, you see this picture. Everybody, Mike is like doing something weird with his belt. Bob Arum looks like he is a bajillion years old, because he is. And everyone is looking off stage to this mystery individual, and I read Tyson Fury's lips just like 2 seconds before this, and he was like, get him on stage. You had to know it was none other than Big John Fury. There he is. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh, goes right over to Mike. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Dog, he's a psychopath. He's actually insane. The problem is, if you allow him to get on stage like Tyson is just allowed, he will take a mile, and that's exactly what he's about to do. He literally walks on stage, throws the double peace sign like freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then rambles his way over to Mike Tyson and like noogies him with his head while shaking his hand. Again, it's just getting started.
An arena was built to seat 22,000 people.
Bob Arum is such an old gentleman at this point that he talks in slow motion, but hearing him talk just reminds me, I don't know what fight it was, where he was in the ring after Tyson won, and Tyson loves to sing after he wins. He was singing American Pie and gives the mic to Bob Arum. He had no fucking clue the words to the song. Please, Leo, play that fucking clip. It's the funniest shit ever.
You know what? To be honest, it's probably one of the toughest training camps because we don't know what to expect. You know, he's coming from UFC, but he's been fighting his whole life just as well.
This is the truth. Like, Tyson Fury, again, when he says things, people think, oh, Tyson's a character. He doesn't really mean the stuff he's saying. He's just doing the circus bit. Part of what he does is that, but it's also layered in truth. I watched Tyson work out yesterday, and again, he took his shirt off. He's never going to be an aesthetically jacked up guy with all the muscles popping out, but he looked in pretty damn good shape, even compared to the last press conference they did just a couple months ago. They did not look at Francis like he was a walkover. They did it knowing that Tyson should win, but preparing not only for what they did know, but also for what they didn't. What potentially Francis can do, the strength he does have, and the mystery behind how he's going to fight this fight.
John, let me just get your thoughts on this fight, this event, and what you're seeing here today. Mike Tyson's there, and there's Tyson Fury.
What can you say? Great things happen in great places. Saudi Arabia. You got the king of the 80s at the end there. You got my son, the king of the present. What can you say? So many great people under one roof. coming together for a special day on Saturday.
Dude, there are points where John Fury is captivating. Like, he didn't say a lot there, but he said a lot, if that makes sense, you know? He's like, what can you say? My boy sitting here, the king of the present, the king of the present, the king of the 80s. And it's true, though. Like, this is, for whatever you want to say about it being in Saudi and who's funding it and all the stuff that we can pick and poke about and our real genuine concerns in some cases, you look at this fight and they're in one place under one roof with a ton of history in that room. Mike Tyson, one of the baddest men to ever live. The man, again, they just said that John Fury named Tyson after, and Tyson potentially going to go down as one of the greatest, if not the greatest heavyweight we've ever seen. Not to mention the people that will be in attendance for this. I know Conor McGregor is on his way over now. Floyd Mayweather, I'm sure, is going to be there. Manny Pacquiao is going to be there. Say what you will about this event, but it is truly that, an event, a showcase of, like John said, the names that you wouldn't ever think you could get under one roof doing so in Saudi.
I sat in the company of these great people. The Mike Tyson on the end, they made me son after me son Tyson. But you know what? Give me a special mention. The man who bred him, John Fury. Fears no man. Fears no man on earth. No matter what they've done, no matter what the accolades.
Here he goes, dude. He's all, you know what? I appreciate sitting around all these legends, but someone give me my credit. The man that bred him. God, I love this man.
John Fury.
Go on.
Fears no man.
Yeah.
Fears no man on earth.
Get in there, John.
No matter what they've done, no matter what the accolades, John Fury only fears one person, and he's not even of this world. That's God Almighty. Here I am! Any man alive wants to fight John Fury? I'm here ready to go. Mike Tyson, what have you got to say to that, my brother?
Oh, I knew it.
Hey, brother, I'm just looking forward for this fight to start. And when this came to me, I said, "There's no."
I knew it. I knew that this was where John would go with this. He has been on this mission for probably longer than I can even remember to fight Mike Tyson. And he said it over and over and over. It hasn't even just been this year. He's done this for years. And this is his moment. He's sitting right in front of Mike. This is his moment to be able to say, finally, I've got you, and I want to fight you.
Hey, brother, I'm just looking forward for this fight to start. And when this came to me, I said, "There's no way this is going to happen." And then I watched him spar. And listen, Spence was there too. He hit this guy. I don't know what sparring, by some white guy. He hit him, but not only did he hit him, he broke his leg when he went down. And I said, "Man, there's a possibility something good could happen here."
What? Did Tyson just say what convinced him to corner Francis Ngannou was that Francis sparred a dude and hit him so hard he broke the guy's leg? I'm assuming he means that Francis hit a guy and the guy's legs went and he fell over them and his leg snapped. If that's the case, that's fucking nasty.
Let me tell you, my brother, the world is going to see what's going to happen to your man. Your man will get his head boxed off and stopped at will, my pal. Don't you worry about that. And if I'm wrong, me and you will fight straight after.
Yeah!
Yeah, man! Yeah, man, the great man! Whatever the outcome, me and you will fight.
All day, baby.
Get on there, my brother.
Oh my God. So Mike is clearly joking. Mike is not going to fight John Fury, but John continually is going to push for this, like, if I'm wrong, you and I are going to fight.
And the new heavyweight champion of the world,
Tyson Fury! The man of all men. A man what can't be equaled.
Francis
My
Ngannou. I'm not saying
My
it.
son.
Ngannou. I said it.
He's trying to pronounce Francis's name and butchers the fuck out of it.
Bottle to burn.
What did you say?
I'm ready to go right now, my brother.
I can beat him. I said maybe not him, but his son.
You see you, my mate. Take the glasses off so I can see the fear in your eyes. Take your glasses off so I can see the fear in your eye. Tell him, Tyson. Put it on him.
No,
Francis is like, what the fuck is going on? Welcome, Francis and Mike Tyson, to the extravaganza that is John Fury inserting himself into and then leading every single press conference that he's ever been involved in ever.
How does it feel to be training to knock out a guy that you were named after?
You know, that's it.
Well, he was named after you. Yeah.
I always say, if I could be involved with a fighter that could beat the greatest fighter in the history of life, hey, I want to be a part of that team.
Brilliant.
That's not a bad answer there from Mike, right? Without saying, hey, they paid me a shit ton of money to corner this guy. And Then I saw some crazy shit where he broke a dude's fucking femur after punching him in the face. Mike is, for whatever you want to say about Mike Tyson, he is a student of the game of boxing, more so than maybe most historians ever. Like, Mike knew all the greats. So I'm sure there's a part of him that's like, absolutely, I want to be a part of history in this way. And if I can't corner the best of all time in some fashion, then I want to corner the guy that has the potential to beat the best of all time. And that's even him giving his flowers to Tyson Fury there. If you missed it, he's basically saying Tyson is the greatest to ever live.
The man who once again is being written off on Saturday night like you have been your whole career, your whole life.
Talk shit, Francis, now.
Tell us about this fight, Francis Ngannou. Tell it what...
Mike's like, talk that shit, Francis.
Oh, man. Where would I start?
You'll beat his ass.
No, I think that's the end. I'm finishing
Ooh,
his ass.
Bars! My man Francis said, nah, that ain't the beginning. That's the end piece. Okay, Francis.
I'm very excited.
Manifestation.
I'm living a dream. You know, he has all.
Tyson with the ad-libs. I swear to God, if he pulls out something along the lines of the KFA, I'm leaving. I'm stopping the video and it's over.
And he's got his suit on with no shirt on, and I started that. So he's imitating. And there's one thing I will say is many will imitate, but not one will ever replicate. Because there's only one Gypsy King.
Yes!
Oh my. John Fury is losing his actual shit over the fact that Tyson said, yeah, Francis didn't wear a shirt under his suit because the other day I called him fat, and now he wants to look like Tyson Fury. Again, the mind game's a little bit there from Tyson, right? Like, yeah, you know, I poked the bear enough to get him to take his shirt off, so I've got a little space up there. I like that from Tyson.
Francis, listen, at the launch press conference all those weeks ago, I asked you about the delivery system. It's all well and good having a big punch that can switch off lights, but is the delivery system in place? Is it ready now?
He's ready. He has improved long way from when we were in the press conference in London.
Again, this all sounds good, but realistically, how much can you improve your boxing in a matter of 3 to 6 months? Not that Francis needs to be the best technical boxer in the world. He doesn't. He needs to land a punch and follow up with a haymaker. But even to do that, to land multiple punches on Tyson Fury clean, I just don't think it's been enough time. You just don't learn the sport on a high enough level to be in there and stay safe defensively, transition that to offense enough times to percentage land that one punch you need against the best in the world right now. Not Floyd Mayweather at 45, not Muhammad Ali at the end of his career with freaking Steve Aoki doing shoot wrestling / boxing grappling crossover. This is a legitimate boxing match, 10 rounds, I think, 3 minutes in the heavyweight division, and Tyson is still technically in his prime.
The first thing that Mike Tyson said to me that stick in my mind is like, listen, he has 2 hands and 2 feet like you. And I'm like, okay, that's noted. I get that, you know. And I think that's enough for Saturday night.
I don't think it is, but again, big X factor is what Francis is talking about, his hatchet, right? And it's not necessarily the help of Mike Tyson. It's not the boxing experience. It's the fucking right hand. And yes, Tyson has been clipped and put down multiple times by another massive puncher in Deontay Wilder. That, if you're Francis Ngannou, is what you rely on. Whether it's the right hand, it's the left hook, because Francis has a fucking nasty left hook as well. It's the big punch. It's the big opportunity to land the big punch. It is not, hey, Mike Tyson's going to teach me how to box in 3 months. No, dude. It is strictly you in those first fucking 3 rounds and trying to make this complete chaos, rattle Tyson Fury, catch him with something he doesn't see, and then hope to swarm him and put him down out cold.
We're going to see what Francis has got inside of him. We're going to see if he's got the guts to stand and trade with a heavyweight champion of the world. We're going to see if he's got the belief in his power. And I'm not convinced. I wasn't convinced with Deontay Wilder's power until he knocked me down with it about 14 times. And now I'm convinced. But yeah, we'll see on Saturday night. I've heard all this talk before about power and all that sort of stuff. So I'm looking forward to a challenge. And if it's not a challenge, I'll be disappointed. Put it that way.
Francis, let me on.
Again, you get an honest Tyson there, and Mike Tyson is probably being as honest as possible. Maybe he's embellishing a bit for his guy, but that's the big question. How is the power going to translate? Tyson Fury is saying, listen, I've been hit by the biggest in the world, and he's right. I think that even pound for pound, size for size, Deontay Wilder hits harder, but he's been there before. He's been knocked down before. It can happen. So he has to realize the danger in front of him, and it is Francis's only real shot.
I think we what, 48 hours away? You're gonna find out.
Good.
You're gonna find out, brother.
Did it all before, mate. 34 times before. What they're gonna do, not gonna do.
I like that from Francis. That's confidence.
And the
Very
new
well.
heavyweight champ in the world,
Behave yourself.
Francis.
Behave,
Right way.
Behave,
Yeah,
son.
Ngannou.
How can a man of your
I get the
credentials talk like that? Come
can't-
on, boy.
yeah.
Have
I
some
can hear you
sense
very
yourself,
well.
Man. The new
I
champion of
live in the
Mothercare.
moment.
That's all he'll be. Good God Almighty, man. Don't embarrass yourself, Mike, honestly. You can't beat my son. Just be a man and say, you know what, we've come here to try our hardest, but we're messing with the best
I
heavyweight
take
in the
care of
world.
you. I'll take care of your son, and Mike Tyson will take care of you.
Oh, see?
How about that?
Mike,
See?
no, let me tell you, mate.
See?
I'm
They're
here.
riling him up, see?
I'm here, pal.
He's been
There's
chasing
nobody
me for
shitting
40
yourself for your
years.
son.
He's been chasing me for
My
40
mother
years.
never bred a coward.
Mike said he's been chasing me for 40 years. It's true, though. John Fury has continually called for this fight for what seems like an eternity.
I'll fight now with any man in the world.
Here we go.
That's right. My mother don't breed cowards, and I'm telling you somewhat now. For the best heavyweight in the planet, I must be somewhat. And don't underestimate John Fury, because I'll
Hey man,
die
all
throwing
that
my
talk,
hands.
it's a
Win,
fight
lose, or
going
draw.
down in 2 days. All that talk is
Who's
useless
that talking now?
We shall see.
Who are you, by the way?
We shall see.
Who are you?
Tell him who you are.
Who's this man?
Hey, you know who the fuck
Who
I
is
am?
he?
I'm the Black
Cartoon
Cobra.
character.
You know who I
A
am.
cartoon character. He's the only guy up here that shouldn't be up there. And he's all, who are you?
And the new heavyweight champ of the world, Francis Ngannou.
Still can't. He still can't. Mike's still struggling with the guy he's cornering fucking name. Jesus.
And Tyson, final word to you. What's happening on Saturday?
I'm going to knock that big stiff spark
Go
out.
on, my son.
And there's nothing he can do about it.
Okay, Tyson.
No matter who he trains with, no matter what he brings on the night, I'm knocking you spark out on Saturday night. Game over. Out cold.
I reverse
No
the table
problem.
to you.
Out cold.
I love the freaking hype man ad-libs from John once again. Tyson's like, you're going out cold. And John's in the background going, that's what I bred.
Game over.
I'm more than ready.
Game over.
I know you have multiple
You're going
wives.
to know what it's
but
looked
you have
like.
lost
You're going to know what it
already.
feels like to get...
Wait, what? Wait, what?
I know you have multiple
You're going
wives.
to know what it's
but
looked
you have
like.
lost
You're going to know what it
already.
feels like to get...
Oh, God. Okay. He was trying to say, I know you have multiple lives, but you've lost some already. Essentially meaning like you've been knocked down, but now I'm going to finish the job. But he said the first time, I know you have multiple wives. Hold on. What the hell is John Fury doing, dude? This is what I'm talking about, man. Like I said, I love John, but there are times where it's just like, read the room, John. Read the room. What is John Fury doing? Dude, I swear, his awareness level just falls off a fucking cliff when he is seeing red. John Fury is a I see red guy. He for sure is. And he's legit. Like, he's not a fucking UFC bro. He's legit. He pulled a dude's eye out of his skull. John used to fight as a pro. But, dude, read the fucking room. Look at him. He's in the middle of the shot for his son's biggest extravaganza. I'm not saying this is Tyson's biggest fight because it isn't. But this moment, right, with all the stars and something that Tyson wants to look back on, in the middle shot, down the hard cam, is John Fury's fucking fat back and bald ass head. I mean, yeah, definite size difference. I know people are like, oh, it's not 6'9" to 6'4". That is a pretty decent size difference. I mean, Tyson's looking directly at Francis's hairline. I would say that's 6'8" to 6'4". Yeah, that's believable. So Francis says, you guys probably can't hear that because we have it muted because of the music, YouTube copyright bullshit. Francis says, I know you're going to move around. I know you're going to do your Muhammad Ali stuff, but that's not going to work. And we're going to wrap it up here, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, Tyson Fury is not going to look to dance on Francis here. Like, at least not unless Francis rocks him with a big shot, which is, again, possible, even though it's a very small % chance. I've said this because Tyson has said this, and I believe him. He's going to walk out, maybe not stand directly in the center. He's still going to use his feints. He's still going to use his footwork, but he's not going to be circling around the ring just on his jab the entirety of this fight. He's going to look to knock Francis out, and that means engaging with Francis Ngannou. And one thing Tyson Fury learned from Deontay Wilder is usually big-time punchers can't fight going back. Even Francis's mentor here, Mike Tyson, was not the greatest back foot fighter. He wasn't the greatest going backward, but on the front foot, he was able to bully guys, even bigger guys, and this is why Francis brought him in. But what happens when the bully gets bullied? Tyson did it to Deontay Wilder, and I think he's going to try to do it to Francis again. In fact, I think he will do it to Francis. Like I said, my prediction for this thing is Tyson Fury within 6 rounds, because if Francis can't do it in 2 or 3, Tyson's going to start to overwhelm him, and this thing is going to get ugly. But that is the breakdown of the press conference, which once again turns into a complete circus thanks to John Fury. Listen, we love him, we hate him. John Fury, over the last couple of months, has made boxing, at least for me, so much more fun to watch. But regardless what happened here, regardless what the narratives have been, Francis's power versus Tyson's agility, boxing acumen, skill, will, all that now is done. It's moot, because now it's time for the fight. Can Francis overcome a mountain of a man and a mountain of an obstacle and beat the reigning lineal heavyweight champion of the world? I'm gonna say no. Or does Tyson Fury make a statement and show why MMA fighters, regardless who it is, cannot come into boxing and take out prime sitting champions and prove once again that there's levels to this shit? I don't have those answers, but once again, do not forget, Face Sensei will be live on the breakdown for the watch party for this fight. So join him over there, and then, and only then, will we get those answers. So, I guess we'll find out.